Hi everyone, my name is Alexis Gonzalez and my multicultural theme kit is on Mexico, and it is aligned for 3rd grade standards. It can be done as a whole day event because I have activities aligned with language arts and math standards. It should also be done in September for 2 reasons. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and also because Mexican Independence Day is September 16th. We will begin our day with a KWL chart, and I will print one for each student. This is from readwritethink.org. We will complete the first 2 sections, and we will conclude our day with the What I've Learned section at the end. So we will start our day with a few facts, just general information on Mexico, and I will also take an opportunity to show the students a few artifacts that I've collected. So for example, this alejibre, which is folk art. This is made by artisans in Mexico and it's sold in the markets. It's a little turtle with a bobblehead. I also have this molinillo, and it is used to make frothy hot chocolate. It's used like this. I also have this plate, and this is Talavera art, and it shows all the bright colors of Mexico, like the yellow, orange, and blues. I also have this serape, and this is worn by the gentlemen over their shoulders. It could also be used as a blanket, and it's got the fringe ends. I have a Mexican dress. This is the belt, and this is the top. And I also have the bottom, and there's something very special about this skirt, and towards the end of the day, I will ask the students if they can tell me what is so special about it. So I'll make sure that they pay close attention to it. And to go over some facts, we will talk about Mexican food, and we will discuss tacos and chips and salsa and guacamole, and we will also talk about popular instruments like the maracas and the guitar. We will also talk about the Mexican flag, the green, the red, and the seal in the middle. I have a close-up of the seal, which is an eagle with a serpent on its mouth, in its mouth, over a cactus over the water. I will also use the globe to locate Mexico. So we will first start by finding the United States, and then we'll see that right below it in the south border is Mexico. And we'll also notice that on the west side is the Pacific Ocean, and on the east side is the Gulf of Mexico, and on the south border of Mexico is Belize and Guatemala. And after the general information, we will go into a geography lesson, and we're going to review basic map elements. And to do so, we're actually going to use a map of Mexico. So this is a good way to integrate Mexico into a social studies lesson. In using this map, we will be able to identify the title, the map, the map key, the scale, and the compass rose. I will also have this word wall to help the students recall this information. After our geography lesson, we will move to language arts. And in this lesson, we will describe the characters in the story and how their actions contribute to the sequence of events. I have 2 books that we will talk about, but I only have activities for one. Dear Primo, A Letter to My Cousin is a really good book and can be used with comparison activities. This is 2 boys writing letters to each other. One boy lives in the metropolitan U.S. area, and the other boy lives in rural Mexico. And there's a lot of back and forth comparing their daily activities, what they play, how they get to school, and it's a really fun book to read. So the book that I do have an activity for is Too Many Tamales, and this is by Gary Soto, and it shows how a Mexican family spends Christmas in the United States. So instead of eating the traditional American meal of a turkey and mashed potatoes, in the Mexican culture, they eat tamales. And we will do some, we will be working with characters, and we will understand how the characters shape the storyline. And to do that, we will be completing a Florida Center for Reading and Research graphic organizer on character characteristics. After our language arts activity, we will move on to an art activity, and I've incorporated Mexican clothing into this art activity. What we are going to do is we're going to work within our safety guidelines using tools, media, techniques, and process. So really we're going to be using more tools in the process. We're going to work with paper dolls, and I have a template cut out, that the students will use. They'll cut it out. This is made of cardstock, so it's going to be strong. And they will cut out their template, and they will use construction paper, markers, glue, tissue paper to make their paper dolls and to dress them up. So these are two examples here, Mexican boy, Mexican girl. After the art activity, we will move on to music, and we will describe opportunities for personal music making. And what we're going to do here is, it's going to be more of a discussion for the most part. We will talk about opportunities for making music in our community, in school, at home, and I will share with the students different celebrations, different Mexican celebrations, where there's an opportunity for making music. For example, 60% of the Mexican population is Catholic, and they are very religious. So one of the celebrations is the El Día de la Virgen de Guadalupe, and this is where they bring the Virgin of Guadalupe flowers, and there's a lot of singing, there's a lot of music. Another religious holiday is the day All Souls Day, or the Day of the Dead, and this is when Mexicans remember the dead, and they will paint their faces and sing songs, and a lot of them celebrated in the cemetery. Another opportunity for making music is birthdays, and in the Mexican culture, quinceañera is very popular, and this is when a girl turns 15 years old and she gets a very special birthday. Another celebration in the Mexican culture is Cinco de Mayo. A lot of people are mistaken and think that Cinco de Mayo is the Mexican Independence Day, but it is actually a celebration of a battle that the Mexican won against the French in the city of Puebla in 1862. And this is traditional dress and the Cinco de Mayo celebration. Another very important celebration, and also an opportunity for music making, is the Mexican Independence Day. And on this day, the Mexicans celebrated with El Grito de Dolores. This is on September 16, as I mentioned earlier, and everyone gathers in the town square, and at midnight, they scream Viva Mexico. So after we've had an opportunity to share when we would be making music, we will actually make maracas. And I have a short clip to show the students of Mexican music and how the maracas are used, and then we will make these simple little maracas. This is just a little cardboard box that I filled with rice and then covered it with construction paper, and then I decorated with other stickers or markers. So after our music activity, we'll move on to our math activity, and I've integrated the Mexican theme into our math activity by making a piñata, and we will work collaborative groups, and probably about 3 to 4 students per group, and we will make this paper piñata. It is stuffed with either newspaper or paper shreds, and then the students will decorate it together. Again, this is tissue paper and this is construction paper. So to make the filling for the piñata, students will work individually, and what we are going to do is we are going to work on division. So we will use Mexican candy as counters, and we will figure out that a whole number can be divided evenly into groups. So for example, 36, and here at the back of the counters is Mexican candy, 36 can be divided evenly into 4 groups of 9. So 36 divided by 4 equals 9. So the students will use the baggies as the groups and the candy as the counters, and they will work through several activities, several examples in this activity sheet. And one last activity that I have is for physical education, and this is soccer, because it is a very popular sport in Mexico, and we are going to understand the importance of safety rule and procedures in all physical activities. So we will go over safety rules, and we will play the game outside or in the gym. We'll post the safety rules for playing, and that pretty much concludes our activities. But before we're done with the day, we will return to the KWL chart to go over what we have learned, and hopefully we'll have someone figure out that this skirt is the flag, the green, the red, and the seal in the middle. And all of these materials go in this box labeled Mexican theme kit. Just about everything fits in here with the exception of the plate, because even this, I can take the stuffing out and